What's up everybody, Jackson here. Today I want to ask the question, will base building in No Man's Sky save the game? Because as far as we know, the only news we have right now, we're getting ambiguous statements from fucking Sony. Very like half-assed responses. Then Hello Games has been silent. Unless that hack was Hello Games, who knows? We just don't know. Because it's all vague, very ambiguous, vague, the whole fucking situation surrounding No Man's Sky. So, our news articles I've read, one analyst is saying the game is dead in the water. He's saying it saw the big boost at the beginning, like you see with some of these blockbuster movies that do well the opening weekend and then they just fizzle and fade and they're dead. I mean, even analysts are starting to compare video games to Hollywood, which isn't very surprising when you look at the current state of how everything is going, and you just fucking dumbed down the video games into blockbuster movies pretty much at this point. So then we hear from Sony, the executive on Sony came out and, you know, talked in lieu of Sean Murray, which I don't understand why Sean Murray hasn't said anything. Part of me, this is total conspiracy theory, part of me thinks Sony is trying to keep him quiet. Like, because, and then they're trying to do damage control. Who knows? They may be bringing people in to help with the update since they're spouting off about it, how it's gonna blah blah blah. We still have tremendous faith. Look, Sony is acting to me right now as someone who is guilty of more than just giving them money and having a harsh deadline. Sony is coming across to me as like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they're the reason Hello Games and Sean Murray hasn't said anything. I could be crazy, it could be nothing. I just feel like you don't come out and talk in place of them after the whole, you know, maybe that's why they're doing it. Maybe because of the hype train, you know, and what Sean was saying about the game. They don't want him saying anything anymore. I don't know, who knows? But there's something fishy going on. But the last official thing we've heard from No Man's Sky is they're working on an update. Sony exec says they're working hard on the next update. It's going to bring, you know, a lot of features to the game, blah, blah. Online elements is what they're saying, and base building. So I began to think about it, and I actually thought about getting on the game and getting you guys footage of it. I mean, it's on my system. I don't have to download it or anything. I could just turn it on and play it. The more I started to think about that, I got bored. I got bored just thinking about getting footage for this fucking, you know, like 13-minute video. I don't even want to play that game for 13 minutes. It is that boring. Okay? All these things that we were thinking were going to be in it carried a lot of us through that first hump of just boring, grindy bullshit that is No Man's Sky. And when we got past the hump, and then we just saw another hump, and another hump, and another hump, and then they kept disappearing and reappearing on the horizon, a lot of us were just like, hey, what in the fuck? I'm done playing this game. It's the same thing, you know. I go to a new solar system, it looks similar to the previous one. The planets have the same type of materials on them as regular. I'm doing the same shit, farming mats so I can go to the next solar system that's going to be the same hump. And it's just a hump after a hump after a hump after a hump. You're humping your way through the fucking galaxy. In the most grindy, boring, repetitive gameplay imaginable. So, I reached this point where I'm like, okay, so this next update, if they do add base building, what does that even accomplish? Does that help the gameplay? Does that make it funner for me to play No Man's Sky? Does that make me want to get on it, you know, to get footage? Is that going to change my mind about this game? I started to think about, no, it's not. Let me explain. No Man's Sky, like I just said, is a game built. You go to a solar system, you stay there until you have enough to go to the next solar system. There's really no reason to stay in a single solar system, because of the way the game is built. There's only going to be one alien faction in any given solar system. There's only going to be, you know, like, and because of that, there's only going to be certain type of architecture, you know, certain alien words that you can learn. That's a huge amount of the fucking activities that you participate in No Man's Sky, is finding monuments, talking to aliens, you know what I mean? So, okay, well, that's fine. Then, you know, the player will be forced to pick a universe or a solar system that has an alien faction that they like. But what if they like all of them? What if they'd like to participate in doing quests for all of them? What if they'd, you know, and there's not even quests to do. I mean, the quests you do is you give them, you know, fucking minerals. There you go. And so having a place where you could build a base just doesn't work. It doesn't matter. If that's truly what they're working on, if that's their big reveal, then I'm gonna have to agree with the analyst that's saying that it's dead. I'm gonna have to agree with him and just say, this game is dead in the water, it's over. Because if that's, I mean, it's been months, no communication, nothing. They tell us nothing about this game. They give us no word. Hello Games is quieter than a mouse. You know, Sony is coming out and speaking in lieu of them after a crazy hacked tweet was sent out from their account that does not look well. And then Sony comes out and is like, oh, they're fucking working hard on it. It'll fucking bring you guys fucking multiplayer and base building and things like that. Don't worry, it's fine. Everything's fine, nothing to see here. Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. That's why I'm so suspicious about this supposedly hacked emails and hacked tweets. Is because it wasn't, what, 2 weeks later that instead of Hello Games and Sean Murray or someone over there coming out, it's a Sony executive that comes out. And, you know, he doesn't talk about that at all. It's like, don't point at the elephant in the room. How can no one ask him that? Like, did no one ask him that question about the hacked email? I'm curious. I don't know. All the news stories I've read, it's just, he said this about No Man's Sky, and it's basically just a bunch of fluff. You know, they're working hard on updates, we're blah, blah, blah. We want to bring you guys the experience that they wanted to have, the vision that Sean wanted to have. And it's like, it sounds really sweet. It sounds really good to me. But at the same time, god damn it, it's coming from someone that I don't have much trust for. I'm sorry. I don't trust any of these people. I'd like some transparency, some honesty. I'd like for someone to address the giant elephant in the room with a Pinocchio nose. I'd like someone to address all the fucking things that they were saying before the game. And I don't want it said in, oh, well, he's just a developer. He's not a PR person, right? He was just saying things that he felt he wanted in the game, you know? He was just, you know, a victim of circumstance. He wanted to have all those things in the game as he was telling you about them, but he was unable to do it due to the limitations of a small team and a fucking unwelcome finish or fucking release date. You know, he was contractually obligated to leave those things out. Listen, no one's asking anyone involved in all of this, why did the motherfucker lie? Like, did Sony fucking lie? Like, was it Sony who fucking told the lie? Was it that said it was okay? Did they like clear him to go out and say this shit? And that's why he's fucking holding them partly responsible in this email that a hacker sent? What's going on? Once again, it's been fucking a long time. Everyone in the fucking goddamn world has had enough time to fucking do the right thing here. But we still have heard nothing from Hello Games. Are they being silenced, or are they just saying, nope, we're not fucking saying anything? Till someone hacks our email and says No Man's Sky was a mistake. We were forced to fucking release a busted vision due to the fans and Sony. And if that was them, can you imagine the phone call they got from Sony? Can you imagine that phone call? You're gonna blame this on us? And what if, and that's the thing, what if that's true? That's the biggest thing about No Man's Sky is that there's a point where you do so much and it kills the enjoyment of the game. Okay? I remember when that moment I hit that moment with Destiny. I remember it. It was no longer fun to play that game. Nothing I did in that game was fun. Because before long, it would creep into my system that I would realize this is a game that just wants my money. Alright, it just wants my money all the time. Look, here's a new fucking DLC. Look, here's a new fucking skin. Look, here's a new microtransaction. Look, here's a new dance. Look, here's this. Here's this. Look, 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 look. Money, money. Give us money. Right? And that ruined Destiny's gameplay for me. That killed that game for me in a big bad way. Okay. No Man's Sky, enjoyed it. It was enjoying these humps that I was like, still part of me was just like, oh my god. But then I'd find a cool planet and I'd be like, I'll just mine here, you know, it looks cool. I'm not getting stuff that sells for a whole lot, but the planet's really cool looking. You know, I like the alien race here. This will be cool. I enjoyed it. But I reached a certain point when I found out all of the things that I was expecting to start happening in my game were just not going to happen because they weren't there. And this game was a hollow fucking shell of a fucking game that amounted to the same 10 or 12 hours of gameplay repeated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, just repeating over and over and over and over and over and over again. And not in like a varied or, you know, a mixed up kind of way that you'd expect in a galaxy or a game that boasts having innumerable amounts of fucking planets. Infinite fucking, you know, in a thing like that big, to fucking be able to say that that game can be summed up in fucking 10 or 12 hours of gameplay. Go farm, go do this, you know, talk to these things, do these things. That's it. And the things that you're doing aren't fun or different. They're the same damn thing every time. The aliens are pretty much the same damn alien every time. The monoliths and the monuments are pretty much the same damn things every time. At a certain point, the text repeats itself and you're getting the same damn thing over and over again. Like I said, 10, 12 hours of gameplay. I don't care if I'm going to be able to build a base. And so it's my conjecture at this point that no. Short of them doing something incredibly unique and awesome with it, I don't think, I truly don't think that base building is gonna matter at all. Not with my fucking, I'm sorry. You call me salty, I say I'm bitter. But like, being lied to, then being ignored, then being said that I'm the problem, that I'm the reason to blame, and then hearing, nope, that's just a hack. And then hearing Sony come out, blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit. Smoke mirrors, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Till next time, stay awesome, stay safe, stay sexy. As always, keep kicking ass, keep being awesome and all that stuffs. This is like the most convoluted outro ever. I don't give a fuck.